Hello and welcome to the Heliosblog. My name is Helios. Today we're going to talk about Nawalt, or Not All Women Are Like That. If you're new to the manosphere, you may have never heard this term before. Nawalt is extremely common, however. You have heard this for sure in your life from some woman. Often it is your mom or your sister who will say this, though your close female friends are also likely to. Here we go. Enjoying my content? Check out my blog at heliosblog.com. On YouTube, you can support me by liking and subscribing. I'm also on Spotify if you'd prefer a podcast. If you're interested in my books, The Strategist Guide to Seduction and Quotes to Live By, they're available on Amazon. In addition, you can follow me on Patreon at theheliosblog for exclusive content. On with the show. What is Nawalt? Nawalt stands for Not All Women Are Like That. It's the most common argument for basically any generalization you might make about a woman. If you say something like, women use loser men, a very common response from women will be something like, not all women do. This is often followed by shaming for you even attempting to generalize women. This is a powerful argument as it allows women to constantly deflect when they're being criticized. Why do women use Nawalt? Women use Nawalt to deflect criticism, but also to create a veil of unknowability. Women cannot be known, as not all women are like anything. When you try to pin something on women, they deflect it away using this tactic. Obviously, it's bullshit, since we can generalize behaviors for women, just like we can generalize behaviors for men. It's a strategy of womankind to maintain supremacy. When are you most likely to encounter Nawalt? You're most likely to encounter Nawalt when you end a relationship or talk badly about women in any way. You could say something like, every girl I've ever been with has ended the relationship when I bought her something nice. And some women listening will likely respond with something like, there are some women that love when you buy them nice things, she must not have been right for you. She never mentions that by buying her nice things, you're signaling that you're a beta NPC provider, and that is why each relationship ended. Instead, you receive the Nawalt platitude, and women can go on their merry way shitting on betas and fucking alphas, while the beta in question remains none the wiser. Nawalt is a way to maintain power and the matriarchy. When do women disagree with Nawalt? Women disagree with Nawalt when you say a generalization about women that is positive or will favor women in the future. If you talk about how women in a group should be paid $2,000 a month, there won't be anyone that would disagree. It's also true that if you say that all women are wonderful or they're all angels, etc. Women only disagree with Nawalt if it results in positive PR for women or some kind of other beneficial result. Is it true that Nawalt? What is true is that there is variance in behavior for every woman. This is intuitively obvious to anyone with any degree of rational thought or wisdom. Variance in behavior does not mean there are no general behaviors. That is utterly ridiculous. Women have many common behaviors, tactics, patterns, and interests. This is also intuitively obvious to anyone with any degree of rational thought or wisdom. Just because one woman says that Nawalt does not mean that 1,000 or 1,000,000 other women don't display that behavior. Patterns of behavior or general trends don't disappear just because one person doesn't do them. Utter obfuscation. There is no one. Many times, Nawalt is used as a convincing tactic. You fail with a girl, and women will tell you that not all women will reject you since you're an awesome guy who shouldn't ever change. There is a special one out there who isn't like the rest and is just for you. Obviously, if you as a man are unattractive, garbage platitudes like this will not help you. There is no one, and using Nawalt to try and convince men that they should remain just as they are in order to facilitate the feminine imperative is hogwash. You, as an intelligent man, should definitely generalize female behavior. It is probably the most useful thing you can do in order to get laid. Don't let Nawalt stop you. The Nawalt sayers have an agenda. All men are like that, and other ad hominem attacks. Of course, when hardcore feminist women shame men, they say hurtful things like all men are pigs. These generalizations seem to not hurt these women at all, even when they scream Nawalt at the smallest generalization levied at them. The hypocrisy here is lost to no one but them. Women tend to attack men's character when they try to generalize women's behavior. It isn't because these men are wrong, it's simply a diversionary tactic to redirect focus away from the important issues. Ad hominem attacks are not debate. They are rude, however. Generalizing women is not misogyny. A lot of women seem to think that men putting women in boxes and generalizing their behavior is misogyny. It is not. Treating women as they deserve based on their behavioral patterns is not hating women. It is simply not favoring them. It is treating them fairly and not with bias in their favor. Treating women as equals solely based on their general as well as specific behaviors is far from hate. It is fair. Many women, however, are not looking for fair. They are looking to win. They are looking to win because winning maintains the current cultural matriarchy that we find ourselves in. That is why they screech when we generalize. They know that we're turning the proverbial tables. They fear that, and so they have to screech. Conclusion. Nawalt is a common tactic used by women to obfuscate reality. Women don't want to generalize their behavior. They don't want you to do it. Because if you do, you might learn the truth and use it to your advantage. Women want to maintain their cultural hegemony, which is only possible if the truth is hidden. Listen, learn, and break free. Godspeed.